right, here we are in open brush. We're going to mess around a little bit. Here's our color picker. I like the blue. Let's go for something a little more brilliant. And let's try out these brushes. So let's start with oil paint. Make the brush bigger and smaller here. Oh, there we can move from model, pin, eraser, dropper, selection. So let's go with this. So this is oil paints. It's an interesting effect. It's weird to see this in 3D space like this, because it's sort of on nothing. So I suppose you could do this. It would be hard to keep this at even level. Damn, the lighting is just makes it so cool. All right, ink. See how ink looks. Not all that different from oil paint. Less textured. But other than that, very similar in how it goes on. Thick paint. Again, more textured than the oil paint, or at least it appears to be. That's the thick paint. Wet paint. We haven't even gotten close to the fun stuff yet. Oh, it's got a bit of a glisten to it to make it look wet. Marker. Well, that's rather anticlimactic. Just a uniform, rather uninteresting flat line. Tapered marker. So, yeah, it's a tapered marker. Pinched marker. I assume this means, yeah, a taper at either end. Highlighter. Oh, it's a little hard to tell, but that's translucent. Here, let's switch colors really quick. Ah, see, it's much easier to see there. It's translucent. That's the highlighter. Let's go back to our brushes. Flat. Let's get the color picker. Whoops. Nope. Let's move that. How do we, Ah, there we go. Back to our brushes. Tapered marker, highlighter, flat. That, frankly, just looks a lot like the marker. It's more multi-dimensional than the marker. The marker doesn't have any shading to it. Tapered flat. Again, we've got the taper and a pinched flat. Again, so it's like the marker, but with dimensional shading to it. And the soft highlighter, which is like the highlighter, but fluffy on the edges. That's a really nice, you could get a nice glow effect with that, huh? It's very pretty. All right, so we'll shrink this down. Move that to one side. Light. Aziz, light. That's really pretty. I wonder if you could make a... Can I make a sun? It's a little tricky because your hand is... You sort of... It's tough to keep your hand on a single plane. It's real easy to in and out a little bit. You could make a three-dimensional A little bit of practice, you could probably build a sphere with this. That's the light. Fire. Fire from the light. Interesting. Embers. Of course, there's going to be embers coming up off the fire. This is one that I think looks better. Yeah. There is an undo button. How about that? I'll go with the small embers coming off the fire. You know, we should look at this in red, huh? Let's go for an actual kind of orangey red for the fire. See if that looks. You could do the fire like that, and then maybe go a little more orange with it. A little more orange in there. Oh, yeah. Yay. That's the stuff. Some flames coming up there. And go a little bit more yellowish. More yellow in the center here. There we go. That looks like a fire. Now let's come back this way a little bit. And now let's do our embers. Oh, there we go. See, that's a fire worth lighting. Look at that. Embers going on up into the night sky. Very cool. Very cool. All right. We need to get our eyedropper back. And yeah. Smoke. Smoke above the fire. Except the smoke is stationary. This is almost more like cloud than smoke, you know? It's like an air show. And it just sits there. I guess is it moving a little bit? Doesn't look like it's moving at all. It's a smoke. Snow. Snow's not pink though, huh? Let's go back to blue. Let's get a nice color for snow. There we go. Winter Wonderland. And a few a little bit bigger. And some a little bit bigger because it's, you know, snow's always got different sizes to it. Let's go all the way. Just a little bit with the really big. We'll come back down for some more medium. And a little small. Look at that. It's a snowstorm. Look at that. Winter Wonderland. Da, 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 except it's just kind of hanging there. It's not actually falling or anything, but it's still very pretty. Very nice. All right. You get over there. We got some more drawing to do. Oh, we got to get our color back. Picker. Hey, I'm getting the hang of this. Okay, we did the snow. Now we got to do the rainbow. I think the rainbow we're going to go nice and wide on. Oh. Well, that's not exactly a rainbow. It's kind of cool, though. I mean, it's changing neon lights. Just kind of cycles through everything, huh? I suppose you could find a use for that. Stars. Oh, we can't have pink stars, though. Let's do yellow. Stars. Let's see. Small stars and big stars. All overhead. And let's do some medium stars. That's a lot of stars. See, and you could expand it way up. So it's really all just like up there. That's kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. You can raise it way up over your head. So it's actually way up there in the sky. Look at that. That looks cool. Let's shrink it back down. Set all that over to the side because you can move everything around. You can scale things up and down here. Just put your hands together, squeeze your two triggers. Whoa. Scale all the way up, all the way down. And then you can take things and move it up and down as well. So not only are you scaling it down, but you can raise and lower it. All right. What else we got? Velvet ink. Oh, we're going to get our pink back. Hold on. Ha! All right. Where were we? Velvet ink. Interesting. Kind of follows along with your pointer a little bit. Interesting. And it's very large now. Waveform. It sits there and it does its thing. I wish it actually responded to sounds, which I don't think it actually does. Oh, look at that. The longer you make it, the more stretched out the waveform bits are. Let's see what happens if we make this very long or very short. Yeah, so the squiggly is less pronounced. Interesting. Splatter. Okay, I guess. Yeah, that's splatter. Seems a little hard to control. I'm not sure what kind of effects you could get with that. Duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything. Oh, it's textured. Oh, that's not really textured like duct tape. That honestly looks a little bit more like casting plaster. Well, okay. Paper. Let's see what the paper looks like. This is also very slightly textured. Guess it kind of looks like paper. What do we got next? Coarse bristles. We need to go down in size a little bit here. Yeah, those are coarse bristles. Dr. Wiggles. Well, okay then. I'm not sure what there is to say about that. See what the very, very larger size looks like. Okay, moving on. Oh, get over there. Electricity. That's the biggest one. There's the smallest one. That's kind of cool. A lot like waveform, only sharper edged. What else we got on here? Streamers. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, and they flow whichever way you do them. Okay, that's really cool. I like that one. Hypercolor. Ew. That looks gross. That's like an oversaturated picture, but it keeps changing. Ugh. All right, we got bubbles, but we can't do bubbles in pink. Do bubbles in blue. Big bubbles. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. We can make them really big. Oh, we can make them really small. Bubbles are cool. All right, we're going to get our pink back here. Dropper. All right. We just did bubbles. Neon pulse. Neon, we can do pink. Oh. That's kind of cool, actually. Here we go, the Rotten Cowboy. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Sell vinyl. Let's see, we got some open space over here. Huh. Let's make that a bit bigger. Oh. That's weird. Huh. Hypergrid. Must be one of Elon Musk's inventions. I mean, it looks cool, but it's kind of dropping these elements very randomly. So I can't imagine it's got much practical use. It's not like you could really construct something with it. Light wire. So that's supposed to be like an LED strip. Or like Christmas lights. There's the big version of it. I mean, there's a lot of wire, not much light there. Chromatic wave. So it's your primary color with a few other colors mixed in, hence the chromatic part. It does look like a nice complementary color, though. I wonder if we switch colors, if it'll look different. No, it seems like it's got the same base. The green. What happens if we make it green? It's mixing some red in there. Huh, interesting. All right, we got to get our pink back. Ha! I'm actually getting good at this. Light wire, chromatic wave, dots. I bet it makes dots. Holy shit, I was right. It makes dots. Dots of different sizes that just sit there and glow as I run out of space to move around. Come this way. Well, they're three-dimensional dots anyway. Petals. Let's see what the petals look like. Oh, you know that should be green. That absolutely should be green. Green, but darker. Oh, yeah, there we go. Very grassy. I wonder how this looks if it gets wider, if it just makes them bigger. Oh, see, those look more like flower petals. But you make it skinny, it looks more like grass. I suppose unless you made it very short. Yeah. Skinny one's better for grass, though. All right. Dropper. Come on over here. Ha. All right, what do we got left? We did the petals. Now we've got icing. Probably want to go a little bit bigger on the icing so we can see the textures. Yeah, I guess that looks like icing or putty or Play-Doh or something. Now we've got tune, which gives you, it's a little bit harder to see, but it gives you that nice kind of black outline. There, that'll help you see it if I go in front of it. Just basically is the icing without the texture and with a heavy black outline. Wire is just kind of like the icing without any texture. Whoa, that got big fast. Yeah, that's really all that is. Spikes. Ah. So they're like three-dimensional? Three-dimensional polygons. Like a D4 in D&D. A diamond almost. Because it's above and below. That's the spikes. Lofted. Four-dimensional spike? Four-sided spike, so that's like a square. Disco. What the fuck is this? And how the hell is that disco? I don't know if I'd call that disco. Comets. Comets we ought to also change color on. White for the comets. There we go. Comets in the night sky. Very cool. See, we did comets. Now we've got shiny hull. So this makes three-dimensional shapes that you can pull out. This is almost like sculpting. It's almost like having a sculpting medium. You can pull it out here, pull it out there. and it just pulls the polygons out. It's really kind of interesting. I feel like you could do a lot with this. Like, this feels like it has a lot of potential for doing three-dimensional sculpting work. Possibly you could go in and erase a little bit of it. Let's swap to the eraser. And see what this does. Oh, okay. That just erases the whole thing. Well, that's good to know. All right. So let's go back to our brush. And matte hull. So that was shiny hull. This is matte hull, which is the same kind of thing, but a little less reflective, I guess. Not much. Unlit hull gives you no sense of shape. Because these you have shading, you can see the polygons. This doesn't have any shading on it. Strange. And a diamond hull. Again, same type of thing. Oh, this one's translucent. But it also has a real shimmer to it that you can see there. But also clear. I wonder... This would be an interesting one to experiment with. You can see it draws it out. Pulls it out in whichever dimension you're pulling it. It pulls all the angles with it. And you can go that way. And then you can come this way. Interesting. Well, I think that is all the different brushes that we have here. That's quite a mess, isn't it? Well, that was interesting. Oh, audio reactor. Okay. So that is for the audio wave. Where was the audio wave? Velvet ink. Waveform. Audio reactor. Music visualization. Except... Play some music on your computer. Okay. Since this is PC, we have to do it with the computer. Anyway. Very cool, huh? It's definitely a fun program to play with. You can make these things really big. You just take your... Oh, now I'm the size of a squirrel. Wow, those are really huge now. Or you can reduce it down. Size of a person, size of a dinosaur. Now I'm the size of a dinosaur. But you can pull yourself... You can pull it to you. Lift it up. Lower it down. Get it close. Oh, that looks much nicer very small like that. But you can zoom, 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 and then bring it down. Oh, maybe I can't bring it down now. Bring it down to here. And now let's zoom. Bring it down. Zoom. I am inside the thing. That's dog size. That's squirrel size. Wow, that is trippy. I mean, it still doesn't say disco to me, but it says cheesy 90s video game. But it looks really cool in the VR. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Bye.